Good afternoon and welcome to the check-in, Cutler Center for Men's monthly webinar series, where we bring important topics to life through real talk, practical tips, and meaningful support. We truly appreciate you taking the time to join us today. So, just a few housekeeping issues before we get started. In this platform, our attendees do not have microphone or camera functionality. If you have a question during our presentation, you can submit that question in the QA pop-up window, type your question, and we will address it at the end of our webinar. This webinar is being recorded. It will be posted online and shared with you via email after the session is over. It is my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker today, Chef Tynisa. She is the founder of Food with Purpose. Chef T is a passionate wellness and community advocate whose mission is to heal and empower through food. She has built a dynamic multi-service enterprise rooted in the belief that food is not only nourishment, but medicine, education, and transformation. As I turn this presentation over to Chef T, remember to submit any questions you may have in the chat. Chef T.
Well, thank you all so much for taking a moment out of your day to be here with us. And so we're going to get right into it. I don't want to waste any of your time. And so we're going to discuss the top 3 health disparities that men face. Okay, and we're going to talk about what is it, why it's significant, and the impact that it may have. So let's get right into the first number one disparity, which is cardiovascular disparities. Well, what is it? The CDC, or excuse me, CVD affects the heart and blood vessels. Now, this happens when the blood flow to the heart and brain is blocked or reduced, and often causing heart attacks or strokes. Okay, when we discuss why is it significant to men, heart disease is the leading cause of death among men in the U.S. Who develop it earlier and die at even higher rates than women due to higher rates of hypertension that goes undiagnosed, smoking, obesity, and even less preventative care. And so that's why this is so important that we take opportunities like this to stop, learn information, and then make application to our lives. And then how does this impact us? Well, disproportionate rates of premature heart attacks that could have been prevented, strokes as well, and particularly, this happens among Black and Hispanic men. Let's also let's talk about how we can be proactive in the treatment or even prevention of cardiovascular disease. Well, one of the things we can do is eat more plants. Now, before you drop your phone or before you log right out, just hear me out. We could eat more plant foods, okay? I'm not suggesting that you just become a vegetarian, but maybe let's just introduce some more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, seeds, and things of that nature to our diet. This is going to significantly impact lowering your blood pressure and improving your cholesterol if that's an issue for you. You also want to choose heart healthy fats. So that's things like utilizing olive oil, avocado, and fatty fish such as salmon, tuna, and sardines if you like it. I don't like these are all high in omega-3 fatty. Um, and this is going to protect your arteries. And protection is something that we want because protection leads to prevention. We also can cut excess salt and added sugar. Okay, now maybe you say, I'm not going to cut it all the way out. That's okay, but we need to cut it. And so, what we're going to do in doing that is reducing our sodium. That's going to help lower our blood pressure. It's going to help us when we limit sugary drinks. That's the pops, the sodas, the juices, um, and even certain snacks. This is going to help prevent weight gain and even developing diabetes from this. Okay. Now, moving on to lean proteins, we can go for lean proteins on a daily basis. What is that? We're going to swap processed meats for chicken, for fish, for more beans, um, even more lentils. These things are going to help reduce inflammation in our body, and we want to reduce that saturated fat. The next thing we want to do is increase our fiber intake. This is really important. Fiber helps remove cholesterol from our bloodstream and supports healthy blood sugar levels. This is what we need. We need things to be level. Now, how do we manage this if we've been diagnosed? Been diagnosed, okay? We talked about being proactive and preventing it, but what if I'm already there at that stage? Well, there's still things we can do. We can adopt the DASH or Mediterranean style diet, okay? Both of these are very well researched for lowering blood pressure, improving heart function, and even reducing stroke risk. We can also boost potassium and magnesium. And so it's okay if we take those supplements, but just know that these things are also available naturally in food. So we can eat foods like leafy greens and bananas and beans and nuts to help regulate our blood pressure. Okay. And then we want to stay hydrated and minimize the alcohol. This is going to support healthy circulation in our body, which we need to prevent that cardiovascular disease or even manage it. And it's going to also help our blood pressure as well. Okay. Why is this significant as we transition to the next disparity? So, the top three disparities that men face: cardiovascular, cancer disparities, and mental health. So, we're moving to the next one, cancer disparities, and we'll focus on lung, prostate, and colorectal. And what we'll get into is why is it significant, the disparity factors faced by men, and how this impacts men's health. So, why is it significant? Well, men are more likely than women to be diagnosed with and even die from many types of cancer, but we'll focus on the lung, prostate, and colorectal. Okay. Prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death among men. We have to let that sink in. The second leading cause of death. Lung cancer is next. And those rates remain so high because historical men are bigger smokers than women. And these trends are still rising. Now, what are the disparity factors that impact us in this? Well, delayed diagnosis because men just won't go to the doctor and get tested. But we're working on that. And that's why you're here, because you want to take part in being more proactive. And so one of the things that you can do is request a PSA test. And that stands for the prostate specific antigen. And that's a blood test that's used to detect prostate problems, including prostate cancer. Okay. Now, what are some disparity factors in that as well? Is late stage diagnosis. So if you feel like something is going on, if your body is communicating something to you, you want to take that next step by calling your doctor and having it checked out, right? You'd rather be safe than sorry. I know we've all heard that before. And then let's move over to impact. How does this impact men? Well, there's a couple different things that may take place there. One, men have different hormones, metabolism, and even immune responses can influence how cancers develop in your body, whether it's rapid or even aggressive or slow forming. In some cases, men's biology may even make some tumors more aggressive. What are some risk factors associated with this? Well, men historically have higher rates of smoking, alcohol utilization, and even certain occupational exposures may increase your risk for cancers. Now, there also are screening gaps. Women tend to use preventative care a little bit more consistently, but men are less likely to attend regular checkups and cancer screenings. But all of that stops today, right? We're going to start leading in this direction so that we can have higher detection rates, earlier treatment, and prevention. Also, some symptom responses. Well, men often delay seeking medical care after symptoms appear, increasing the chance for advanced disease of the diagnosis, which we want to prevent. One of the things of my business this year, we're focusing on before the prescription, before the diagnosis. What can we do to be proactive before we get to this step? Okay. And then also, work schedules sometimes impact us. And then maybe men have stigmas where we just don't go to the doctor because you have other things to do, right? And we want to change that. We want you to be proactive in placing yourself first and your health. Let's move on and get a little bit more into detail. So, how can we connect this to food? How does food play a part in this? Well, one, I know you may hear us saying the same thing because all of this is really connected and food plays a huge part in that. You can eat plant forward. Now, before you leave and throw your phone down again, I'm not suggesting that you just go to a plant based diet. But what I am saying is that the research is clear and it's there. Eating more plants is going to be beneficial to your body. Why? And what type of foods? Well, you need to eat more vegetables. You need to consume more fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts. These things will increase fiber, which is a must that we have in our bodies, okay? You need more antioxidants and even anti-inflammatory compounds, which can be found in food that would help lower your cancer risk, especially for colorectal and prostate health, okay? Now, what is this limit red and processed meats? Well, do not throw anything at me. But we need to limit our intake of bacon, sausage, deli meats, and high fat red meats. This can cut your colorectal cancer and prostate cancer risk and also improve your overall metabolic health. Okay. And then choosing protective foods daily. What does that look like? That means that eating broccoli, kale, and tomatoes, and soy and legumes, and omega-3 rich fish like salmon and sardines on a consistent basis will consistently produce the results that we want. They will help to support hormone balance, reduce inflammation in your body, and improve your immune defense, which is something that we need on a consistent basis. Okay. Now, as we move forward into mental health, let's talk about why is this significant, okay? We recognize that women are diagnosed with depression more often than men, but men die by suicide at 3 to 4 times the rate of women because they are less likely to seek mental health care. And we want to change that. The disparity factors that men face are the stigma around seeking help. Maybe you feel that there's a weakness that is there, and the strength lies in continuing to push forward when really you recognize that you may need some help. And so because of that, there's an underdiagnosis of depression in men, which can lead men to then seek substance use and even social isolation to help cope. And so all of these things compound and impact men disproportionately, having higher rates of intentional self-harm. There's a greater impact among even middle-aged men and older men for this happening, and a high prevalence of alcohol and drug-related deaths because these tools have been used for coping instead of healthier ones. And so we want to take a moment to change that because there is support and help available. And one of the things that you can take control of yourself, even right now, is what's on your plate, because what's on your plate is going to impact your mind, which is going to impact your mood and the decisions that you make. So what does that look like on a plate? Well, let's get into some of those things. So we want to create a brain nourishing diet. And what does that look like? The same things again. That looks like omega-3 fats, such as the salmon, the sardines, trout. You can even utilize plant-based sources such as chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. These omega-3s help improve your mood regulation, and they're linked to lowering depression risk. Now, you also want to have a colorful plate. You want to eat the rainbow. Why? Because these things are all a specific color for a reason, which is going to produce something that you want in your body. What does that look like on your plate? That looks like dark leafy greens, berries, citrus, and even cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli and cauliflower. These provide antioxidants and folate, which are vital for brain health, which will impact your mood, which will impact your decisions. We also want to include whole grains and legumes. So we want to include brown rice and quinoa and oats and beans and lentils. These are things that are going to keep your blood sugar stable and reduce your mood swings. Now, as we move over to prebiotic fiber. I want you to think about prebiotic fiber as the good gut bacteria, okay? These are live beneficial bacteria for your gut, which is going to help the environment in your gut stay well, okay? That's things like yogurt and kefir or even kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, tempeh. These are things that will positively influence the gut brain axis, meaning your gut responds to your brain by sending messages based off of what's inside of it. Okay. And then we want to consider probiotic, excuse me, prebiotic fiber. This is the food for the good gut bacteria. Okay. That's things like bananas, asparagus, onions, garlic, and whole grains that even feed the healthy gut bacteria, which produce mood supporting neurotransmitters, meaning the signals sent from your gut to your brain about how you should feel based off the food that's present there. Okay. This feeds the brain. Nutrients like these omega-3s we're discussing, the B vitamins, the magnesium, and the antioxidants help produce mood boosting neurotransmitters and lower inflammation in your body. Okay, stabilizing your mood. Balancing meals and steady blood sugar will help reduce irritability, fatigue, and even anxiety. Okay, so the probiotic and fiber rich foods that's going to help improve your gut health, this is going to boost serotonin, which I know we've heard that word, and your emotional resilience. Did you know that food could do that? We also want to help build routine and connection. By doing that, we can do that by cooking and eating with others. This is going to help create structure, and it can even lower stress as well as reducing isolation. We also want to limit harmful triggers, okay? Reducing alcohol and ultra processed food, snacks. This improves your mood, which will also impact your sleep quality and help you with your focus and reduce brain fog. I don't know if you suffer from it, but I absolutely have, and changing my diet impact that greatly. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking just a brief moment to hear a little bit about the top 3 health disparities that men face and also how food can impact that. So, if you don't walk away with anything else, I want you to know this. One, that if food can harm you, food can also help heal you. And so, you want to be mindful of what you're placing in your body. I also want you to know that we also offer a myriad of classes and workshops. So maybe you're hearing this and you may think to yourself, I have absolutely no idea how to create these meals or even how to make this balanced brain plate. Well, we have so many different classes through University Hospital, as well as you can go to my website, which is www.foodwithpurposellc.com. Make sure that you subscribe there, because every time we're having or hosting a community class, we send out email blasts letting you know what to do, and they're interactive. And so you come to the class, we do a nutritional wellness portion like this, and then we get hands-on cooking so that you can build the confidence that you need to replicate these recipes in your own kitchen so that you feel more comfortable, and then you can pass this down to others in your family. And then also we do have a lavender lemonade that's available in retail. That is available in about 20 Myers locations, and we just entered 25 Giant Eagle locations about a week ago. So that's available. But I am absolutely here to help you take this information to the next step and further your health journey in the right direction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef T. What an amazing presentation. A lot of things that I didn't know about food, and that's probably my problem. But I do have a couple questions for you. So, one of the questions I have is, do you offer one on one services to help with food prep?
Absolutely. Like I said, maybe you are hearing this information and you feel like, okay, what do I do next? Well, the next step would be either to send me an email, which that information is available on my website as well, or you can go on the website and send me a message directly there, or even fill out an intake form. There's so many ways to get in contact with me so that we can get that free 30-minute intake where we can figure out, okay, where are we at and where are you trying to go and what steps do we need to take to get you there?
That's great. Great information. Now, a piggyback from that one, I am most certainly not the cook in my house.
That's
So,
okay.
and wanting to do better, not only in that space, but in wanting to do better with just the foods that I buy in order to plan that prep. Do you offer like, is this part of still the services you offer with grocery shopping, building my grocery list? Because I'll say I want to get the baked chicken, but by the time I get to the grocery store, I got the
The
fried
fried
chicken.
chicken. Right. Absolutely. Well, we can build a customizable resource for you, but we also offer meal prep service. So if you
Oh,
say,
okay.
well, you know what, that's just not me in the kitchen. I just want to get some help starting off. Well, we can offer that to you. So we do offer weekly meal prep service where you can get a bundle of either 5 meals or 10 meals, and even more so customized. So maybe you've been diagnosed with something and you need a more strict diet than what's available on our website. Well, we can have that one-on-one, discuss that, build that meal plan out for you, and then we can take it from there. But absolutely, we offer that.
That's great, right up my alley. We do have a couple questions in the chat.
Okay.
First question, which stores would you suggest for us to shop for the freshest produce?
Well, I think it all just depends on what's available to you. And so, based off of that, what I would suggest is shop the perimeter of the grocery store. So, when you go in, go to the perimeter first with the fresh produce. Everybody may not have access to a Whole Foods or even a Aldi's or whatever else. So wherever you are, it's okay to start there. And then also, if you know, especially with produce, if you know that you're not going to consume it pretty quickly, because maybe you're just starting this journey, it's okay to buy frozen as well. Okay. Or even freeze your fresh stuff before it goes bad so that you can use it. And so there are different options, but I would say shop the perimeter at any grocery store first.
Right. Thank you so much. What is the maximum amount of days we should prep for? So when meal
Um,
prepping in advance, like what, can we do we have to do a few days? Do we do a week? Like what's the best way to tackle that?
So I don't think that it's a one size fits all answer, right? Because everybody's schedule and lifestyle is different. I've had clients who have tried to do it and the food has gone to waste because their schedule fluctuates. And so I would customize that based on your needs. If you are a person who is pretty good with routines, you know exactly how your schedule is going to flow, then you can take a Saturday or Sunday and prep to last you the following Saturday or Sunday. Or if it's just specifically for work, then you want to go ahead maybe Saturday and Sunday and prep for 5 days to cover you for breakfast, lunch and dinner, or even just lunch, depending on what your needs are for 5 days. So I would say take a step back, sit down, look at your schedule, look at what your needs are, and then prep and kind of customize it based on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I come to you, you can just provide me
If you
whatever.
come to me, then I'll just take care of all of it for you. Okay. And
Right.
it'll just be an order and pickup.
Right. Now this is a great question.
Okay.
Ori likes to snack at night.
Okay.
What snacks would you suggest? And we're twins because I'm a snacker as well.
I am too. So one of the things that I do in my household and one of the things that I do for my clients is try to find healthier alternatives to what they already like. That way they don't feel deprived. That way they don't feel like it's nasty. And then they're more likely to even commit to this new snack consistently. And so I would start there. So I don't know if they like a sweet and salty combination, that's me, or if they're looking for certain specific things, but I would start there because I don't know exactly what their style is or what their taste is. So I don't know what to suggest, but you can do various swaps. So even making your own chips or even swapping out some chips for some vegetables. But again, I would start with whatever they like and I would look, okay, what's a healthier alternative to this? And then try it because that's our rule in our house. That's our rule in class. If as long as you're not allergic to it, try it to see if you like it. And then if not, okay, now we move on and find something else. But definitely start there. And you'll find that things can be a lot more satisfying, especially if it still tastes good. It's similar to what you were already snacking on. And now you know that it's good for you.
Okay. I often hear about juicing.
Yes.
Um, Do you think it's good to juice? Do you get as many nutrients in the juice as you do as in the foods you prepare? And is that something that you also offer?
Well, absolutely. So, yes, you absolutely get the nutrients and the benefits when you're juicing. And as a matter of fact, sometimes juicing can be better because let's just say you're having a juice that has kale, apples, oranges, cilantro, parsley, all these different things in it that you wouldn't typically eat together, right? But we can put it in a juice where you're getting all those benefits in one sip. And yes, to answer the last part of that question, we are creating a press with purpose line of juices where we will address diabetes with that. We'll address high cholesterol, hypertension. We have a seasonal juice that we'll come out with. So yes, and we also have a kid flavored one. So yes, that is not available to the masses. We're just getting ready to roll it out. But yes, we do offer that as well.
Great. That sounds like we need to have you at Cutler for that juicing tasting and
Absolutely.
discussion.
Absolutely. I would love
So
to.
that's definitely something we need to, pin for our upcoming events. But
Yes.
thank you so much for sharing this valuable insight today. We truly
Yes.
appreciate you being here and taking the time to educate us. I am a personal witness that your lemonade is absolutely delicious,
Thank you so
and
much.
we will be out this weekend to pick up some. Shondell had, he had a bottle sitting on his desk for quite some time, and I kept eyeing it like, who's is it? But I
Thank
am
you.
excited about stepping out and getting some this weekend. So thank you for being here. We truly, truly appreciate you. Scan the QR code on the screen so that you can connect with Chef T on her website. Schedule and fill out your intake form. She also has an ebook. You have an ebook
Yes.
available. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, the ebook is about faith, wellness, and nutrition merged together and how all of it can play a part in our well being. It is available on our website. It's called The Temple Blueprint.
Oh, nice. So check that out on her website as well. We do
Yes.
have another comment in the chat who is
Okay.
also my twin, and it says, ice cream is my downfall. So can you help us? Can you help us with the
Okay.
ice
It's my
cream?
downfall too. It's my downfall too. So I would suggest this is the option that we do in our household is we have began making our own healthier version. So mint chocolate chip is our favorite. Me and my daughter, we have decided to start making our own flavors. And so we have found recipes where we have gathered the real ingredients. So even in that, we use spinach to turn it green. You don't taste it at all, but now you're in control of what sugar is in it, what ingredients are in it, how much of whatever it is in it. And to be honest with you, it tasted amazing. It was so good. I could not believe, and we used stevia extract to sweeten it. We could not believe that it was so good. We used dark mini chocolate chips. It was so good. So I would say to find healthier alternatives, and getting in the kitchen is going to be one that's really, really good. If you say, hey, I don't want to do that, then I would just suggest going to find healthier versions, even non-dairy versions of ice cream can still taste really good, or even looking up banana ice cream recipes where you can just have so many different flavors, but frozen bananas will be your base. Um, and that makes it so much more healthier. So there are options out there.
Well, it sounds like we can all just come move in at your house
Or
and
you can. Yep.
get all the
Yep.
things.
I love cooking. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. As we continue to bring meaningful topics each month, I would like to now turn it over to Shondell Barnett. He is our program coordinator here at Cutler Center for Men. He will share more about the UH Cutler Center Men resources and services that we have available to support you.
Over here taking notes, Nicole. This is my note binder. You probably can't see it, but I've been having a dictionary full of notes over here. Thank you so much, Chef T, for coming through and giving us that knowledge today. So here at the Color Center for Men, we make staying healthy simple, welcoming, and stress-free. So we want to provide a full wraparound service to help men redefine what well-being looks like today through thoughtful, personalized touch points, and concierge level of care at no extra cost. So enrollment is completely free for men over 18, and you don't have to be a university patient to join. All you literally have to do is scan the QR code to visit our website and learn more and sign up today. So when you become a member, you get direct access to the Joe team, and that's your personal go-to guys. They're here to help you find providers, schedule appointments, and navigate healthcare without confusion or stress. And we also connected to the community resources, trusted experts, and simple, easy to understand health education. And throughout the year, we host events that bring guys together for social connections, health screenings, and interactive experiences that support long term and well being. So, but most importantly, here, the UH Cutler Center for Men is a place where you belong. It is a supportive community where you feel respected, understood, and never thinking left alone left alone to navigate through life. So think of us as your wellness wingman. So we want to thank you so much for joining on us on this line today. We want you to stay connected. Follow us at the UH Cutler Center for Men or UH Cutler Center for updates for upcoming events and quick health insights. And also, don't forget to mark your calendars for the next check-in. It's on the third Thursday of every month. Each session brings something new, so don't miss out on it. We want to look forward to seeing you there, and we'll talk to you all soon.